I always loved the idea of journaling. The thought of putting my mind on a page and later looking through it and realize how far I've gotten in life. Just the changes that occurred really put things into perspectives for me. But here's the thing, mentally I wasn't there. I wanted to do it, but I didn't actually want to do it. I failed with so many journals. I would start and get lazy and get bored and stop. So then what changed? Because the whole point of this video is that I did journaling for 30 days. So what changed? Was I not bored or lazy anymore? Like, what actually changed? So it was a couple of months ago, just before December. I believe it was in August or so. And I was having a very hard day. And I was very stressed. I wasn't mentally, I wasn't in the right minds. So then I decided that I'm going to take out my journal and I'm going to write. I decided to take out the bullet journal. So the bullet journal, and I just decided to start writing. And then I noticed that I had a problem. Now you may ask, what is this problem, Victoria? What problem do you have? I struggle with lines. I struggle with writing being in the line or being at the bottom of the line. And if my writing is not in order or if it's not at the bottom, then that stresses me out. Like, it mentally stresses me out. So I was trying to write in the bullet journal and I would be ripping the pages off, and I would just, because I was so stressed about my writing not being in line. I got a journal with lines and then I started writing. And as I started writing, because the lines were there, I could keep my writing nice and neat. I ended up scribbling that too. I realized that I was running away from my anxiety. I wasn't challenging myself. I wasn't pushing myself to beat this, anxiety or this issue that I had. So then I decided I'm going to get back the bullet journal and I'm going to write again. And this time I'm just going to write my thoughts, my feelings, and just write what was in my mind, not caring. I did not care. I just wrote, I wrote. And when I finished, I just shut my journal and I took a deep breath. And guess what? I was all better. It may make it seem as if it was just that easy. And frankly, it was. So what had changed? I decided that I wasn't going to focus on how my writing was going to turn out, and my main focus was my putting down my thoughts and my feelings, just getting it on the page. So I removed my focus from caring of how my writing was or caring about how neat it was, and just anything about my writing. I didn't care about it anymore. My focus now, or what I cared more about now, was putting my thoughts, putting my mind onto that page. I can definitely see the difference to when I journal. Like, just when I put my thoughts on the piece of paper, it makes me feel like I've just lifted the biggest weight off my shoulders, and it just gives me this comfort, knowing I've told somebody of my worries, somebody that will not actually go out and spread it out or judge the words or anything like that, so this person will just listen. Now, of course, journaling isn't for everyone. People have their thoughts about journaling, people have their beliefs about journaling, and just it just doesn't work for everybody. But I've definitely seen a big difference with my life when I've done journaling. And obviously, even after realizing that it was all just about the change of focus, I was still a little bit quite lazy, I was able to focus on putting my words down, but I was still quite lazy until the start of this year, where I was like, this living comfortably isn't really cutting it. Where are we going with this life? Maybe let's try to be uncomfortable. uncomfortable. So that's when I started this whole uncomfortable stuff, and journaling was definitely one of the things I had to implement in my life, because like obviously it was something that I enjoyed, something that I knew helped me while I did it. I just gave up so easily, so I was like, we're putting this down, and I've been doing it. I've been journaling for 30 days or more by now. We did it all month of January, so we've been doing it for way over a month, and every day I am so happy to grab this bad boy, to grab this baby, and just to write. Now I got it in Essence. It wasn't like crazy expensive or anything like that, but it's sturdy, it's fun, it's my baby, I protect it with my life, it does what it needs to do. I write, and there's actually quite some, some lines, some space to write, so it's good. So the first thing I put, we're not doing a journal haul or anything like that, but I just put like my uncomfortable morning routine things, so just affirmation, meditation, reading, jogging, journaling. So there's just those, and it's very basic, but I love it. So the first couple of pages, I just have my self-confidence formula, which I read every day, and I've gotten, obviously this is from the Think and Grow Rich book that I finished, that I'm reading again, because we need to read that like 3 times until we can do a review. So reading that another time, I'm reading that for the second time. But yeah, so just the self-confidence formula, which I read after I do my affirmation. I would read this, and then there are just my accomplishments for 2021. So I just have them all written out here. Look at these every day to remind me what I've already accomplished for 2021. Change that mindset, believe you have it and you will have it. So yeah. And then obviously there's lots. Okay, so there's quite some pages. Obviously there's quite a lot, so it's basically my life. This is my brain. If you want to know who I am and how I think, this is me. Obviously this is personal to me, but I read it to remind myself of how far I've gotten, to remind myself of nothing is permanent. Like, you may be hurt today, tomorrow you're gonna get up and you're gonna be just fine. So yes, this is the end of this video. Definitely subscribe to my channel. Also give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. Like, that totally means a lot to me. And also I have my Instagram down in my description box below, so definitely go ahead and follow me there and just come and say hi, because I always love to say hi to you. So thank you so much for your time, and thank you so much for spending the morning or the evening with me. I so very much appreciate it. I will see you next week on my next week upload. All right, bye.